Hi guys, this is Tanya B. As promised, hitting day 4. Started off the day with a run, a 1 mile run. I'm off the fasting, so it's time for me to move on to the next phase. And the next phase is a soup. We'll eat consistently just soup for the next 4 to 5 days. And then towards the end, we'll add in some, we'll have a day where there's vegetables, like leafy greens, and then the last day would be adding in with the soup, always including the soup, a day of adding in fruit. So what we're essentially is doing, we've now cleansed ourselves, or I have cleansed myself, and now I'm putting the right things back in there, and starting with the things that have the highest power for our body. So with the soup I've created, it's all organic, natural, no process. So no canned foods here. There's one exception. There's a mere organic stew, crushed stew, that I used along with my own tomatoes that I guess created myself in some water, boiled them, and then seasoned as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I have here. We'll love to share, but feel free to incorporate, use what I have, and to your standards. But I essentially would recommend that you use these fundamental ones, and then I'll show you some of the add-ons that I've used. So what I've done is I incorporated a lot of soups, I guess you can say fat soups, and created one essential soup together. So we'll start back here with the organic broth. This is chicken. You can use beef as well. If you have time in the kitchen, I normally will just take chicken or the beef, boil it in some water, and create my own broth. So everything is all non-processed, but this is the organic broth. Also, then I have the crushed, as I was telling you, crushed tomatoes, included with the ones that I actually boiled myself and crushed and stewed. I have minced garlic. And then far as our vegetables, I got some green peas, but I got the frozen ones. Keep in mind, frozen is okay. It's the same as fresh, it's just frozen, so there's no preservatives. Since this was frozen, what I did is I boiled it in water first, separately, to get it to that right consistency. And then I diced some green onions. I diced some bell peppers. I diced carrots. I diced celery. What I added in is the cabbage. I love cabbage. It holds a lot of water, and there's a lot of nutrients in there. Okay, and then I have the Himalayan salt, which is better than regular salt, it's better for you, and crushed black pepper. Then you get the Lipton noodles. This is the fast way to do it. It doesn't have too many preservatives, but it already has the flavor in it, as well as the noodles. Or you can boil your own noodles. Okay, and then I use basil and Italian seasoning. So what I did in a separate pot, which is not here, is I had essentially it looked like a stew. And I put in all my herbs and let that marinate. And then over in this pot is where I had my broth and my water. And then I added in the vegetables that take the longest to cook, which would be your celery, your carrots, of course. And these tend to be okay as well. I added in the green peppers, or the green onions, towards the end because they cook fast. These are now already pretty cooked because I have it in a separate pot, and I just pop that in there. And then cabbage cooks relatively fast, so you don't have to worry about that. Then I mix that all in my broth, and I let that simmer on its own. And then my other pot that was over here is simmering. And then at the end, I simply combined it into the one pot. Okay? Let me mix that up here. And this is what we have. That's the final product. It's just simmering. And towards the end, you want to add in the noodle package closer to the end because it's noodles. and you want to make sure that everything doesn't overcook or undercook in your simmering time frame. So there you have it. That's my soup. I'm beginning that today. That's all I'm going to eat for the next 2 days for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can eat as much as you want because one serving is only about 70 to no more than 90 calories. Okay? So if you feel hungry, there's no meat in there, which is good for right now. We're retraining our body, retraining our mind, okay, to get past these food misconceptions and our habits. And essentially recreate a new lifestyle for ourselves, okay? So come along with me on this journey, okay? I've been in this kitchen just for you guys today for hours, chopping these vegetables. So come along with me. All right, make it a great day. So I'm gonna let this simmer probably for another maybe 20 minutes or so. And then I'm gonna eat. And then I'm gonna move on to the interval workout. So remember I told you it's wellness, nutrition, and fitness. So we incorporate the nutrition part, but we also have to incorporate the fitness part. So I did my jog this morning, but I have regimes and programs that I would like to share with you guys also. So you can do it. You can do it. And I hope that I can inspire you guys in some way to live a better life, because that's what we all want to do. Be there to live that legacy, enjoy life, and live a happy life. So, all right. Peace.